what is up? So we're just gonna get started with today's video, and I'm starting off by showing you guys the before. So this is a unit that I custom made, and I'm showing you guys the transparent lace. And this is 613 hair, obviously. This is hair from New Star Hair, and this is a 16-inch frontal with 16, 18, and 20-inch bundles, I think. If I'm wrong, just check the description box down below so that you guys can purchase or view on their site. So I decided to use two different colors with doing this watercolor method because I had an idea in my head and I was trying my best for it to come to life. So this is hot water, but I let it sit for a while. So I just went ahead and dipped the hair into the pot, and I was not seeing a difference at all. So I just started going ham. I started swirling, started dipping, started, just dipping multiple times, and I was just super confused because on YouTube, when I see other people do this, it just works. Y'all, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and also turn your notification bells on. Leave a comment down below, and yeah, because I put a lot of effort into this video, okay? So I added some more of the lavender into the pot and went ahead and mixed it up, and I was like, maybe it needs a bit more dye, more color. So I went in and I dipped it again, and I was like, wow, okay, so this is working. All right, I see the color paying off. There it is, as you guys can see. So I was just running the hair in it and making sure that everything was saturated, but it still wasn't like getting to all the colors, and I wasn't really understanding why. So because I saw that some of it was purple, I just decided to dip the whole thing in. And I could have used a bigger pot, I know, but at the moment I was just like, this small pot can do the job. So yeah, I was just dipping and drying the hair, looking at the color, and then I was over it. So this is pretty much all I did throughout the whole entire video. I kept adding more color and stirring, letting it saturate. And I think the colors didn't take as well because the water wasn't hot enough. So I went ahead and added some more hot water. And I figured maybe this would work better. So like I said, I went ahead and I dipped, and boom, y'all see that color pay off? So make sure that the water is boiling hot. I think if all of the water was boiling hot, then it would have been 10 times better. So my main concern with doing this method is making sure that every part of the hair is colored. My biggest thing was that some parts weren't and some part was. That back of the hair was just not getting colored, and I don't understand why, because it was saturated, but it just wasn't working. One thing about me is that I'm going to show you guys where I mess up, and I'm going to show you guys what to do and what not to do, so that you guys just don't think that it's just so easy, because as you guys can see, this took me multiple times, and although it may seem easy, when I actually did it, it was not. So I went ahead and added more dye into the pot, and then I stirred it up once again, and then went back in and dipped once again. And as you guys can see, the color was much more darker, which I was still liking, but it was still some blonde parts. So I had to keep dipping and saturating and checking. And I mean, it worked out for the most part because I don't know, I pulled it together really nicely, and the highlights and lowlights in the hair made this hair turn out 10 times better than what I had in my mind. And I'm not really a fan of one toned hair. I don't like to see hair with only one tone of color. I love dimensional tones, and I love seeing like dimension of color and just different highlights and lowlights to the hair. So again, I'm just letting it sit. I think I let this sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. And while it was in there, I was checking the lace, and the lace did not color at all, which was really great. At first I was skeptical, like, nah, some way, somehow this hair got a color. But the lace didn't color. And as you guys can see, some parts of the hair is still not being colored. I think most parts of the hair was either left like in this light grayish lavender color rather than a purple, which still blended very well. So I was not mad at it at all. So I let that sit for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then I went in and I checked the hair, and as you guys can see, you have this nice purple lavender color. And for the most part, the top and the frontal took very well, and some parts of the unit took very well. Obviously the back did not take so well. You guys can see that gray color that I was talking about throughout the bundles. So I added more. I wanted to get all of it, most of it purple, not all of it, but most of it purple. So I kind of like dumped all of the product in the bottle out in the pan, and I was just trying to get every inch that I could because I needed more. So the periwinkle and the lavender, and then I just started dipping. I started going crazy trying to get those ends, trying to get the middle of the hair, trying to get the frontal again. Like, I was just going crazy with this. I started making a mess. Oh my goodness. I was just super frustrated with this process, but it turned out pretty good. It did. So as you guys can see, the back of the hair is still a bit gray, a grayish purple, like right there. It's still a bit grayish purple, but I mean, I don't know. I think it took pretty good, and I think I did a pretty good job for the vision that I had in my head, because I did want to achieve highlights and lowlights while doing this process, and I think I came up with a great technique. So I just started dumping some of the color on the hair itself, on some parts of the hair that was a little bit too blonde for my liking, because although I wanted tones, I didn't want it to just be pure yellow. So as y'all can see, I just got frustrated. I just threw the bottle in the pot and then started doing it directly on the hair instead of in the water. So I just kept dipping it, and you would think I was done, and that patch right there is like a gray purple, but it looks so nice. So now I'm showing you guys the transparent lace, and y'all, the lace is bomb. I actually really love this lace. I really do. And you can see the dimension in the frontal as well. So this is a leftover color that I had, and I was like, hey, why don't I put some of this in the hair? I feel like this will add another cool dimension to the look as well. So where I went wrong with this color is that I didn't stir it up properly. You guys can still see the dye in the pot, like little blotches of it, and some part of that stained the actual hair. So that is my only thing, and the only part where I messed up. I didn't properly stir the color into the pot so that all of it can take. So instead it kind of like stained some of the hair, but I mean, overall you don't really notice it unless I point it out or if I say something about it. So as you guys can see, that violet gem color added a darker purple to the look, and this is after I washed and conditioned and shampooed the hair. And this is pretty much like the look of it being wet. As you guys can see, like the whole middle has some of that grayish and blondish look, but still like a hint of lavender to it. I think because the color was so bright and pastel-y, it didn't really take as much as I wanted to, but you guys can see that gray in the hair. So I just went ahead and blow dried the hair, and I am just loving the different tones. I wanted you guys to see the undertones of the hair as well, and the highlights and lowlights. So yeah, the hair is finished being blow dried, and yeah. So this is the hair completely blow dried, and it looks amazing. The hair is super thick. I love this hair, and it's super soft and nice and silky. The hair wasn't dry at all. So I went ahead and I pressed the hair out. If you guys are not familiar with working with colored hair, then please be mindful of the temperature that you have your flat irons on, because you can strip the color of the hair once you apply high heat to the hair, and you definitely don't want to do that and waste all of your hard work that you just put in. So as you guys can see, with the hair pressed, it looks amazing. And I just went ahead and trimmed the ends and also created like a slithering cut in the front, and I love the way that it turned out. And I also went ahead and added some curls to the hair. I'll insert some pictures of how the end result of this unit looks, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, then you know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And before we go, today's motivational quote is: letting go doesn't mean you gave up. It is just accepting that some seasons have passed. And I want you guys to follow me on my Instagram for more information on this unit, for more information on this hair. And with all of that being said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you loves in my next one. Bye.